we're live again on the other side here.
Bye-bye. I'm just gonna.
Bye, Sharon. Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, Sharon.
Good night. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too.
Yeah.
Okay. I get. Okay, so hi everybody. I'm going to start with this. This is trying to catch up on what's been going on. I'm going to talk about the case of a postpartum tragedy. We'll talk about that in a second. But this socialite Jasmine Harton has been detained in Belize with alleged fake documents after killing a police officer. So the border authorities detained Canadian socialite Jasmine Harton. Do you know her, Margot?
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't either. When she attempted to leave Belize this week after she was sentenced for killing her police officer friend. Some friend. She's 34. She was stopped at the border while planning to pick up her children who were taken out of the country by her former common-law husband, Andrew Ashcroft. In 2021, Jasmine shot and killed a Belize police official, Henry Jamont, 42. While she managed to evade imprisonment, she received an order to pay $37,000. On Saturday, her lawyer confirmed that she paid the fine to Jamont's family. Her lawyer said he anticipated that Jasmine would receive her passport following the payment and would be allowed to leave Belize. However, a court official declined to return her passport. Her spokesperson, Luisa Chiaramonte, said that Jasmine then obtained an emergency travel document and attempted to cross into Mexico from Santa Elena on Tuesday, saying that, and I quote, "We had the border agent coming up with story after story as to why she didn't have the proper things to cross, and every time she produced what the agent said was needed, she would come up with another thing." 4 hours later, police arrived and took Jasmine to a police station in Corozal for questioning. Another source said that Jasmine had been accused of forging travel documents in an attempt to flee, even though the fines were already paid. That source said that Jasmine was being detained at the Belize border while trying to enter Mexico with documents provided to her by the Canadian Embassy. They are emergency travel documents because Belize won't release her passport. Jasmine was having drinks with that police officer when she fatally shot him in the head. His body was found in the water next to a pier. Jasmine remained on the pier where the two had been sitting, and her clothes and arms were covered in blood. She initially told the police that Jamont had been shot by someone on a passing boat. She then stopped communicating with the police but began cooperating again after they threatened to charge her with cocaine possession. Let's see. Then she provided a statement under caution, telling investigators that she was giving Jamont a massage. When she handed him his service gun, it accidentally went off. After he was shot, her friend fell on her, and she pushed him off of her, and then he fell into the water. Jamont's sister, Cherry, who's an assistant police superintendent, questioned Jasmine's story and said that her brother had a gunshot behind his ear like an assassination. He was a top cop. I don't know how he let his guard down to be shot with his own gun, she said. That's a really weird case. Has anyone in the chat heard that? It's weird. So a 19-year-old teenager in Iowa got a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 50 years from the 6th Judicial District Judge Ian Thornbill on Monday. Ethan Orton, who was 5 months shy of his 18th birthday at the time, pled guilty earlier this year to 2 counts of first-degree murder for the murders of his parents, Misty Scott Slade and Casey Orton. Cedar Rapids police said they responded to a call in the northeast section of the city about 2 a.m. on October of 2021, and they found Ethan Orton, 17, sitting outside covered in blood. Police said Ethan told them he stabbed his parents with a Bowie-type knife. His mother survived the initial attack, so he killed her with an axe. He said he wanted to take control of his life. I remember this one. His lawyer requested a sentence of life imprisonment with parole eligibility after 10 years. The attorney said that Ethan's parents had subjected him to years of emotional abuse and that he intended to sever ties when he became an adult. Prosecutors highlighted that Ethan had not received a diagnosis of any mental illness and carried out a meticulous planned attack. The prosecution said the planned-out killings demonstrated a rational thought process as he waited for the victims to fall asleep before he murdered them. The judge justified the minimum 50-year sentence by pointing out that Orton was almost 18 at the time of the murders, that there was no physical or sexual abuse evidence, and that the crime was savage and well thought out. Orton told jurors that he regretted his actions, but that in the end he made peace with them. And I quote him saying, "I even said I'd give my left arm to get both of them back, see what I could do. But I had to come to a realization that this is what it is today. And thankfully, I made peace with that." Okay, then we have a New York-based OBGYN said he plans to file criminal charges against a man who was filmed last month slapping him while claiming that he essayed his wife in 2016. Dr. William Burke, who's 58, was a panelist at the American College of Obstetrician and Gynecologists annual meeting in Baltimore, Maryland on May 20th, when a man rushed on the stage and grabbed the Dr. Burke by his shirt and smacked him. At the time, Dr. Burke declined to file criminal charges, but he recently said that he's changed his mind. During the film altercation, the man is heard shouting, "This MFer essayed my wife 7 years ago. You know what you did. You touched my wife 7 years ago in New York. Don't be an a-hole, biatch." Burke is a doctor at Stony Brook University Cancer Center. He said he did not know the man who smacked him. However, he declined to say if he knew the man's wife or if the allegations levied against him are true. "There's more to come," was his comment. Okay, and a Florida woman who shot her neighbor to death last week over a dispute about the victim's children playing outside is going to face criminal charges. Last Tuesday, Ocala police arrested 58-year-old Susan Lawrence and charged her with manslaughter in connection with the fatal shooting of 35-year-old Ajik Owens, a mother of 4. The Marion County Sheriff Billy Woods said early Wednesday morning that he announced the arrest and showed the woman, Lawrence, being escorted by the police, saying the justice we have all been seeking has been served. The arrest comes after the community members pressed officials to charge Lawrence. Benjamin Crump, the family's attorney, alleged that Lawrence uttered racial slurs at the kids before Owens went to the woman's apartment. Owens and her children are black. The suspect is white. In the video, the sheriff explained that investigators took time to carefully review the facts to determine whether the neighbor acted in self-defense and was justified in using force under the state's stand your ground law. Investigators ultimately determined that she did not have a valid reason to shoot Owens. And we got a bigger picture, the full picture. And my detectives wanted to make sure that we closed all the loopholes so she would not have the defense of using the stand your ground law. And this is not stand your ground. Let me make it clear. This was not stand your ground. It was an unjustified shooting. And this is the woman she killed. Owens' children were playing in a field on Friday when the accused shooter allegedly yelled at the kids and threw skates at them, hitting one of the kids. The mother then approached her about the incident. Wood said the two women had been at odds for years and that police were called to at least 6 fights between them since January 2021. Lawrence has been charged with manslaughter with a firearm and culpable negligence, the latter because of at least one of Owens' kids was present during the shooting. All the children, who range in age from 2 to 12, were at the scene when officers first responded. Prosecutors have also charged Susan with assault and battery against the child when she threw the skates at them and hit one of them. The state also alleges that Susan swung an umbrella at 2 of the kids when they went to her door. Susan allegedly told police that Owens was attempting to break down her door. However, a neighbor, Lauren Smith, whose home is across the street from the scene, said that Owens did not have a weapon and did not initiate an altercation with the shooter. Smith said after the shooting, one of Owens' sons was yelling, "They shot my mama! They shot my mama!" She ran across the street and began chest compressions on Owens. Lauren Smith, that is, the neighbor. She also said that Susan Lawrence was angry all the time when children were playing out there. She would say nasty things to them. If convicted, Susan faces up to 30 years in prison on the manslaughter charge alone. And I believe I also heard her 9-year-old son was right by her side when she was dying after she was shot. It was horrible. And all the kids were there. It's crazy what's going on. So let's see, that Virginia shooting, the graduation, father and son are dead. Let's see, 2 people are dead, several others injured on that high school graduation shooting in Richmond, Virginia. A 19-year-old suspect was taken into custody, while Richmond Police Chief Rick Edwards stated the shooter knew at least one of the victims. An 18-year-old who had just graduated and his father were killed in a shooting after a high school graduation ceremony on the Virginia Commonwealth University campus. The victims who passed away have been identified as Renzo Smith, 36, and his 18-year-old son, Sean Jackson. 4 adults and a 14-year-old boy were also shot. 2 of the 4 remain in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Numerous others were treated for minor injuries and anxiety. Police added the suspect had numerous weapons on him and is expected to be charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. The mayor of Richmond, LeVar Stoney, called the shooting a selfish, senseless act. Oh, it's horrible. Now let me go to this postpartum case here. Okay. All right, so this is the mother. Ariana Sutton, despite her relentless efforts to seek help, her loved ones said that she felt the burden of postpartum depression. Family and friends in Massachusetts are looking to raise awareness around postpartum depression after the death of a local police officer's wife. Ariana Sutton of Norton took her own life on May 31st after giving birth to twins 9 days earlier. 2 weeks ago, we were calling him saying congratulations and putting cards together for him, said the police chief, Keith Boone. Now we're preparing for a funeral. Her husband's brother, Jason Sutton, described Ariana as a very gentle, kind human being. Ariana wanted these kids so badly. He said of the twins who were born a month early, she lived to be a mother. According to a GoFundMe page that was set up on the family's behalf, the birth of Everly Irene and Rowan Stephen brought unforeseen challenges for the vibrant and devoted mother, which put an immense strain on Ariana's mental health. Despite her relentless efforts to seek help, the burden of postpartum depression became too much to bear. Our hearts are broken as we navigate life without Ariana, an irreplaceable member of our family, wrote Kylie Sutton, Ariana's sister-in-law, in a Facebook post on Monday. Tyler, the chief of police, said that Tyler has a long road ahead of him and asked others to educate themselves about the impacts of postpartum depression. It's so important that you ask for help, sister-in-law Catherine Sutton said during an interview. If another family is able to avoid what we're going through right now, it's worth it to share our story. About 1 in 7 people develop postpartum depression after giving birth, according to the National Institute of Health. Unlike the baby blues, which typically go away after a couple of weeks, this form of depression tends to last longer, and it severely affects a woman's ability to function normally. Some women don't tell anyone about their symptoms, noting that new mothers may feel embarrassed or ashamed, even guilty, about feeling depressed after giving birth. Additionally, they may worry that they'll be seen as bad mothers. For the past 8 years, Ariana and her sister co-owned Starline Academy for the Performing Arts in Stoughton, where she worked for 5 years before becoming an owner. She was a member of the Greater Brockton Dance Teachers Association as well. Ariana thrived at inspiring children with the joys of dance. As of Tuesday, more than $263,000 have been raised via the GoFundMe to support the family. Her twins are currently being cared for in the neonatal intensive care unit at Newton Wellesley Hospital in Newton, where they will likely remain till the end of the month. She is survived by her husband and 3 children, 4-year-old Melody, Kai, and twins Everly and Rowan. Someone you know is considering suicide, please contact 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline by dialing 988 or text the word strength to the crisis text line at 741741 or go to 988lifeline.org. trying to find the live stream. Okay, here we go. All right. Hi, Hawk. So, my goodness. Yes, I have another water back there. No, it doesn't say rough. Well, I imagine that the kids probably required, who knows, maybe she had to pump and run back and forth to there. I don't know. Maybe she felt overwhelmed. We don't know what condition the babies were in. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much. So much. I have to take something for my head. Now I'm getting a headache. Just suddenly I just started getting a headache. I don't know why. Just came on just like that. I'll be right there. I just want to take something before it gets too bad. Oh my goodness. I'll be right back. I'm right here. I'll be right there. Oh my goodness. I want to talk to you about the air quality, and I want to show you some pictures. All right. Hang on, because I was sent some pictures today. Bucky and I had a friend tell me, and she went on to have 8 or 9 kids, okay? She was LDS. She is LDS. But she told me, because when I had Ethan, we had kids together. She told me that when she took a walk, I think it was with her oldest, she had pushed him in the stroller, and she passed a river every day. And she said, Carolyn, I had such bad postpartum depression. And the baby, I guess, might have had colic. I can't remember the whole, but I remember she said, every time I would pass that river, I would think, how long until the stroller would hit the bottom if she threw it over? She told that story over and over. We used to believe in this one group. Yep. And people would probably not want to say that to someone because they think, oh my gosh, what a horror. And she went on to have 9 kids, and her kids are all, that one that she's talking about, he's completely, I think some of her girls are married and have kids of their own now. But she said she used to think about that all the time. And I'm thinking, she said, like, she would have, I think she may have said she would have jumped with the stroller, like both of them. And wondered how long until it hit the bottom. But every day, and for a while. Yep. Hello, Sassy Darcy. Okay. Yeah, little lady. She didn't. She went on and had many, many more children. Many more children. And now she's a grandmother. Okay, so let me... And if Brooke Shields' book about her postpartum depression, she was very honest in there about how just she was miserable. She said, here you have this baby and you're supposed to be so happy and you're not. You're just miserable. Okay, let me go to the pictures now. Isabel, who's in Canada, sent me some photos today. Hang on. It's getting so depressing. My daughter said her throat is killing her from it. She's wearing a KN95 mask. They're giving them out where she works. People are wearing masks all around the city. It's horrendous, and it looks like it's probably going to be through the weekend. And it's like we can get out, we were taking a walk every day, and now it's just, it's horrible. It's horrible. It looks apocalyptic. It's just crazy. Let me get this. Okay. So this is what Isabel sent me. And then she also sent this. It's very, very small. Let's see, maybe it'll up a little bit. But I will show you, hold on a minute. I know that let's see. My daughter took that. See the see, everyone's got their masks on. Most people are wearing masks because it's just, look at that. Can't even see. You can't even see this building right here. Terrible. Okay. Yes, that's from the fires. Yeah, we have terrible air quality. Terrible. Yeah, there's a build. Can you see the building that's right here and this one right here that you can barely see through the haze? The fires in Canada, let me tell you, I'll give you an update here. It's terrible. Okay, so here's what's happening. Here's a, let's see. So smoke and haze continue to fill the skies across the Northeast on Wednesday as wildfires burning hundreds of miles away in Canada made the air unhealthy in New York City, Washington, and elsewhere. The forecast computer model in the map above shows where the thickest smoke is likely to be near the Earth's surface over the next several hours. The level of particulate matter in the air from smoke on Wednesday was considered unhealthy from Detroit to Philadelphia. Okay, and you can go to air now. Let's see. Okay, let's look at this. This is air now. And they say current air quality, today's air quality forecast, highest nowcast A air quality I locations. Susquehanna Valley, that's what they said. The Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania has it the worst. 491. Wilmington area, Delaware, 433. Philadelphia, PA, 417. The Lehigh Valley, 405. So I just saw something, and when we were there, it said Lehigh Valley was one of the worst, but I guess it is. But Susquehanna Valley is the worst. Greater Newcastle County, Delaware, 394. Central New Jersey, 314. North Central Jersey, 313. Riverline, New Jersey, 312. Monmouth County, New Jersey, 306. Southeast Burlington and Ocean Counties, 306. They are not under control. No. Mm-mm. Not by a long shot. Here's real-time air quality. Manhattan Bridge, Queens College. Let's see it going up here. It's terrible. The air quality in New York City is generally good and has been improving over time, but hour to hour there's large variation in our air quality, even in neighborhoods with the cleanest air. Look at that, how that's from that to that. Let's see. Okay, so here's another one. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so New York City's air was very unhealthy The New York City Mayor Eric Adams said in public schools would not offer outdoor activities. Here's another photo. Look at that's crazy, the Empire State Building. Look at that. Mayor Adams warned that air conditions are expected to deteriorate further. New York's air quality rating briefly ranked as the worst of any city in the world on Tuesday. That was Tuesday, according to the IQ Air World Air Quality Index. By comparison, the city's air quality has generally been below 50 on the index in recent years in the good category, and even improved during the pandemic-driven lockdown 2020. While conditions are anticipated to temporarily improve later tonight through tomorrow morning, that was Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, they're expected to deteriorate further, that's Wednesday afternoon and evening. He noted that the state's Department of Environmental Conservation had issued a citywide air quality health advisory. The mayor indicated that the city's schools would be open on Wednesday, and he urged all students to attend, but he added that schools would not be holding outdoor activities. About 10 public schools' athletic league, baseball, and softball games had been scheduled for Wednesday. We recommend all New Yorkers limit outdoor activity to the greatest extent possible. Those with pre-existing respiratory problems like heart or breathing problems, as well as children and older adults, may be especially sensitive and should stay indoors at this time. Let's see. A hazy plume from Canadian wildfires. Hold on one sec. What is going on? I already have one. Thank you. One sec. Where is my thing? Are you kidding me? Okay. Smoke and haze continue to fill the skies on Wednesday. Wildfires burning 100 miles away. Let's see. Roughly 150 fires were active in Quebec alone, according to the Canadian Interagency Forest Fire Center. Many of these fires started days ago, if not weeks ago, but a storm system swirling off of the coast of Nova Scotia in recent days forced the smoke from these fires south into the United States and then east, towards some of the most densely populated areas in the country. The weather pattern is expected to persist for the next several days, with haze likely to continue across the region. Many of the fires in Quebec were ignited by lightning earlier this month, but above normal temperatures and dry conditions have helped fuel outbreaks across the country since May. Fire season in Quebec and Canada usually starts in May, slightly before the typical start of fire activity in the United States. As of Tuesday, there were more than 400 fires actively burning throughout Canada, the country's Interagency Fire Center said, with 240 of them burning out of control. So far, there have been few major U.S. fire outbreaks, but as blazes in recent years have been erupting more frequently, the fire season has lasted longer and become more destructive. There's another photo of New York City. Haze. Okay, and then the Adirondacks seem like their escape that mountain range. So let's see here. Oh no, it's going over there. Hold on a minute. I thought they said today they were clear of it. That's what I heard someone say on the news. Okay, I guess not. Adirondackers woke up Tuesday morning to hazy skies and the smoky smell of fire. That's what I thought. How could they not? 152 confirmed wildfires are sending smoke down to the northeast after lightning strikes ignited the woodlands in the province last Saturday. The Department of Environmental Conservation issued air quality advisories Monday and Tuesday, notifying people in New York of severe air pollution. In the Adirondacks, the air quality index measured 167 Tuesday morning, which is considered unhealthy for people with respiratory illnesses or heart conditions. The wildfires could last all summer long, according to Quebec elected official Francois Legault. Let's see. Rain might clear the skies, but the forecast models are especially unreliable right now. Rain had been expected this week, including on Tuesday morning, but held off. Let's see. Let's see what it says for where I am in the Catskills. Okay. Okay, so let's save regions. Let's see. Do you give me the number? How come I can't get a number? The air quality forecast page. Okay. All right, so it says, see, the Adirondacks are moderate. They have a maximum AQI, it says 100 fine particles. The upper Hudson Valley is 120 fine particles. Lower Hudson Valley is 140. Long Island is unhealthy, 155 fine particles. New York City Metro 165 fine particles, unhealthy. This is for Thursday. So, let's see. Upper Hudson, Lower Hudson, the Adirondacks. The Adirondacks of all of upstate New York have it the best. And I'll show you this map here. I don't know why it's just showing the one there. Should be showing everything. Let me see if I can get that. I don't know why it's not showing everything. Okay. I can pull this over. You see red, unhealthy. Central New York, Western New York, Eastern Lake Ontario, New York City Metro, Long Island. The Adirondacks are moderate. Upper Hudson Valley and Lower Hudson Valley is unhealthy for sensitive groups. Let me see something. Okay, let me see here. But okay, so trying to see something here. The upper, I think that let me check my, because that's not me. All right, here we go. Okay, so we have heavy smoke covering the region.
Really?
Here we go. Fine particulate matter, very unhealthy. Great, 151 over the past hour. Yikes. Okay, so when it's 152, it's considered very unhealthy. Health effects will be immediately felt by sensitive groups and should avoid outdoor activity. Healthy individuals are likely to experience difficulty breathing and throat irritation. Consider staying indoors and rescheduling outdoor activities. That is 6/8 today, Friday. It's supposed to be 148, unhealthy. Health effects can be felt immediately by sensitive groups. Healthy individuals may experience difficulty breathing and throat irritation with prolonged exposure. Limit outdoor activity. That means there's being no walking Thursday, Friday, or Saturday because it's unhealthy. Sunday's unhealthy. It's unhealthy right through the weekend. It's dropping slowly, 152, 148, 146, 145. Wow, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I guess I'll be spinning inside again instead of walking. It's crazy. Let me see. Let me go back to where you guys are. Hi, Adventures with Beth. We are code red in the state of North Carolina. Yes, I'm about 15 miles away. Lots of smoke today, but they kept it, didn't get larger. My eyes are still itchy. My one eye is burning from that day I went out. But one eye is burning. That side of my nose runs because of the irritation. You hadn't heard anything about the fires either? Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It stinks. You smell it. It smells like fire. It's so depressing when you wake up in the morning. It's completely, looks like it's going to rain or something. It's just this horrible gray haze. Smoky haze, and you can't go outside, and it's horrible. We wait all year for the summer and to go out, and we can't now. It's like just like a cruel joke. You just have heat there. I'm surprised, Kevin, because Scooter must be getting it because it's near Chicago. I think, and she said she's near Chicago. I'm home with tearing eyes and sneezing and coughing. By me, it smells like campfire outside. And Christine, I always forget where you are. You're in, where are you? Hi, Deborah Barron. My daughter called complaining about burning eyes. Where is she, Deborah? My one eye has been burning since I went out yesterday. No, I didn't see your pictures in Slack, and I heard that Debbie Brett needs prayers for her mother. Praying for your mother, Debbie Brett. Orange skies, yeah, I've seen it. And the sun looks so weird. I'll check it out. You're outside Chicago. Are you getting anything? Where, in the city or upstate? Oh, you're in Florida. The sun wasn't, yeah, it's just horrendous.
Carolyn, Debbie Brett's mom passed away this afternoon.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
So sorry, Debbie. So sorry. Prayers for you and your family, Debbie. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so smoke from the Hudson made their way to New York City, including the Hudson Valley, the Adirondacks, Eastern Lake Ontario, and Central New York regions. Police across the Hudson Valley received many reports on Tuesday about an odor of burning and smoke in the air. Millions are breathing hazardous air as smoke from Canadian wildfires streams south over the U.S. I can taste the air, said Dr. Ken Strumpf in a Facebook post from Syracuse, New York, which was enveloped in an amber pall. The smoke, he later said by phone, even made him a bit dizzy. In Baltimore, Debbie Funk wore a blue surgical mask as she and her husband took their daily walk around Fort McHenry. I walked outside this morning and it was like a waft of smoke, she said. Canadian officials say it's shaping up to be the nation's worst wildfire season ever. It started earlier on drier than usual ground and accelerated very quickly, exhausting firefighting resources across the country, fire and environmental officials said. Smoke was so thick in downtown Ottawa that office towers just across the Ottawa River were barely visible. In Washington, the White House press secretary said that 600 firefighters and equipment have been sent to more than 600 firefighters and equipment has been sent to Canada. Let's see. New York City's Governor Kathy Hochul said 1 million N95 masks would be available at state facilities. New York City closed beaches, and Mayor Eric Adams told residents to stay inside as much as possible as smoke smudged out the skyline. Zoos in the Bronx and Central Park closed early, and they brought their animals inside. The Federal Aviation Administration paused some flights bound for LaGuardia and slowed planes to Newark Liberty and Philadelphia because the smoke was limiting visibility. It also contributed to delayed arrivals at Dulles International Airport outside of Washington, where a heavy haze shrouded the Washington Monument and forced the cancellation of outdoor tours. Major League Baseball games were called off in New York and Philadelphia, and even an indoor game in Brooklyn was called off. On Broadway, Killing Eve star Jodie Comer had difficulty breathing and left the matinee after 10 minutes. The show restarted with an understudy. Hamilton and Camelot canceled Wednesday evening performances, with Hamilton publicists saying that the deteriorating air quality made it impossible for a number of their artists to perform. In Central Park, the popular outdoor Shakespeare in the Park performances were put off through Friday. Schools in multiple states canceled sports and other outdoor activities, shifting recess inside. Live horse racing was canceled Wednesday and Thursday at Delaware Park in Wilmington. New Jersey closed the state offices early, and some political demonstrations in spots from Manhattan to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania were moved indoors or postponed. Striking Hollywood writers were pulled off picket lines in the New York metropolitan area. After taking her dogs out on Wednesday morning in Farmington Hills, Michigan, a woman said, "I came in, started coughing, and hopped back into bed." Still, she said she's concerned for Canadians, not just herself. "It's unfortunate, and I'm having some problems for it, but there should be help for them." Hold on. Okay, where the heck? Hi, little lady. Okay, good night, Ruff. Thank you. I hope not. I hope the birds are okay. Adventures. I know they're very sensitive, and so many baby birds being born right now. Hatching right now. It's so sad. Lots of baby animals all over. I'm trying to see, let me see. How wildfires affect the birds. It says, let's see, what was this? This is old. I'm trying to see. Let's see what it says here. Syracuse. People around the Northeast are seeing and smelling the aftermath of the massive fires burning in Canada. As of Monday afternoon, more than 400 fires were burning. Okay, let's see. The air quality index jumped to 172 for Syracuse Tuesday afternoon, which is an unhealthy level for everyone, regardless of overall health conditions. New York City ranked among the worst air quality in the world on Tuesday. In addition to New York State, Connecticut was nearly entirely shrouded in unhealthy air by Tuesday afternoon. Pennsylvania, Vermont, and New Jersey had air quality categorized as unhealthy for sensitive groups, as did parts of the Midwest, including, what is this? Get rid of this. Including portions of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Ohio, and Indiana. Part of Kentucky and Virginia were also seeing poor air quality. These plumes of smoke are being transported south into the Great Lakes, New York State, and Northeast, complements of a persistent north-northwest flow at many levels of the atmosphere. The wildfire smoke is expected to continue being an issue for the Northeast through Friday. While it will have varying degrees of thickness, the winds in the atmosphere will still be coming from Quebec, the source of the smoke. It won't be until the weekend that low pressure will move east of the Canadian Maritimes and winds across the Northeast will switch to a southerly direction. The smoke will get gradually thinner as you head south through Virginia and the Carolinas. As for the rest of the country, some occasional bouts of smoke are possible across the Midwest. But by and large, Canadian wildfire smoke should stay to the north. Look at that. Yikes. Yikes. The Air Now map shows current air quality conditions around the U.S. Orange indicates the air quality index is between 101 and 150 and is unhealthy for sensitive groups such as those with asthma. Red means the air quality index is between 151 and 200 and is unhealthy for everyone. Purple means the air quality index is between 201 and 300 and is very unhealthy. Just like that, I smell smoke. That's so weird. So weird. But you do have an alert, Kevin? You didn't know? see. It says on Wednesday afternoon, North Carolina officials issued a statewide code orange air quality alert for all of Thursday as smoke funnels in from the Canadian wildfires. Harmful particles will create potentially unhealthy conditions for everyone, especially those with asthma. The code orange alert means air quality could be better for some and worse for others. More than 35 counties in the Piedmont and central North Carolina, including Charlotte and Raleigh, were under code red alerts on Wednesday, while the westernmost and eastern part of the state saw code yellow. Expected rain in the Charlotte area Wednesday afternoon could provide a short reprieve, but smoke is expected to again stall above the Carolinas. Same clouds are expected to move south into the Carolinas later this week. Code purple alert has not been forecast for the Charlotte region, but officials still recommend people avoid outdoor activities until the smoke and fog lifts. Anyway, it's 3:05, so I think I'm going to call it a night. Thank you guys, and see you tomorrow. God bless. Prayers for all that need them. And we'll see you later on, okay? I have to start a new Zoom. Anyway, let me just do that real fast. New Zoom review coming straight for you. Okay. Just going to start a new one. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. Toodaloo. Yeah, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Oh, shoot. We didn't do our word game today, and we missed it. So we have to do a new word game tomorrow. We missed it. We missed it. We missed our word game. I hate that you can't go back. All right, we'll see you guys. Bye. Hi, Julie. Bye, Julie. Hello and goodbye. What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? What do I do? Sorry. Seems to be the hardest word. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, I don't do this. I gotta get you guys over here. Oh, where are you so I can end this? Goodbye.